As its height, it was the largest empire in the history. It covered 3/4 of the globe with its power and dominance. As its height, it was the largest empire in the history for over a century. By 1922, it held the sway for over 458 million people and over a quarter of the earth. As a result, their culture, language, and people legacy and political legacy are widespread in the modern world. Yes, it's the Britain which enjoyed almost a century of unchallenged power and dominance on the globe. The British Empire began to take shape in the early 17th century, with English settlements of North America and the smaller islands of the Caribbean, and the settlements of the private companies, most notable the English East India Company, to administer the colonies and to oversee trade. This period, until the loss of the 13 after the American War of Independence towards the end of the 18th century. During the 20th century rivalry with Germany, has resulted in losing some of the colonies and led way to World War I. And during the Second World War, it has to grant independence to the most wealthiest and populous country, India. And in then 1997, handing the freedom powers of Hong Kong to China marks the end of British Empire. The British Empire was also responsible for large migrations of people. Millions left the British with the founding settler populations of the United States, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, with coming mainly from Britain and Ireland. Tensions remain between the white settler populations of these countries and the indigenous minorities in South Africa and Zimbabwe. During the Second World War, Britishers had to grant independence to India. The Britishers had to give away Hong Kong to China, which marks the end of British Empire. This is Padmini with camera person Ayukta, reporting for News for New Generation.